Hey there, I am getting to know Bernat Bargello yarn. I hope I'm saying that right. I know Bernat is said right because I work for that company. But Bargello, I guess it's Bargello. Might be Bargello, but I think it's Bargello. Anyway, this is a brand new yarn from Bernat. This is spring, summer of 2013. And this is a very different yarn from anything I've seen by Bernat. It's almost looks like an I-cord. It's really thick and it's very comfy and soft and easy to work with. Has a great feel to it. It's perfect for beginners because the yarn is just so easy to work with on hooks or needles. So perfect for knit or crochet. It's 100% acrylic, 82 meters or 90 yards, 100 grams, 3.5 ounces, super bulky. You need a size 15 or 10 millimeter knitting needle, and you'll get 11 stitches for every 4 inches or 10 centimeters. And with a crochet hook, you need a size N or 10 millimeter hook. It's also considered N-15 hook. Pardon me. You'll get 8 single crochets with a 4-inch square or a 10 centimeter square. And it is machine washable and dryable on the delicate cycle. I would use cold water if I were to wash a garment made with this, just to make the color last and to make the yarn last longer, make the garment stay good. Now if you rub the yarn like I'm doing right now, if you just stroke it like that, gosh, it feels soft. It's awesome. It's really nice yarn. It has a great feel to it. The color I have is blue, and that's all it says, blue. And that's all that I see here on this label that tells us about the yarn. Anyway, I'm going to work with it and see how it feels. I'm going to start off with knitting. So I'm going to bring all my yarn over here to the right. I'm going to do a long tail cast on. And you know, the way this yarn looks, when you look at it, it's kind of like a shoestring. It reminds me of a really thick shoestring. It's a lot softer than that. Or an I-cord. It's got several plies of yarn, if you can see that. I hope you can. Yeah, it reminds me of I-cord. Yeah, that's what it looks like to me. Anyway, let's get started. And the color changes as you work with it. It starts off light blue and then it gets dark blue. So I'm going to cast on just a few stitches so I can see how it knits. I'm using my Denise interchangeable needles. I'll do one more. There. Feels really good as I'm working with it. It's really soft and cushy, and it is so easy to work with. I would say that the hardest part for a beginner using this yarn would be that they might stick the hook or the needle halfway through the yarn. They might split it, so just need to watch for that. It might be better for a beginner to not use pointy needles like I'm using. They might want some that have a blunt end on them, and that would make it easier to work with for a beginner. So there's that, and we can see that it's very easy. It just flies on the needles. This is so easy to work with. I love it. I'm just going to do some garter stitch here. Just knit every row. It has a great feel to it. And I like the color change, the striping. I mean, I've got several color striping thin yarns, but not so many color striping thick yarns. And this is considered a super bulky yarn. So that's kind of different. Nice. Not bad different, good different. So it's easy to work with. Fun to knit with too. It feels really good. It just flies. I imagine it will be easy to make a really fast project with this. Now these labels that I have on the yarn don't have a photo or a free pattern or anything on them because these came straight from the factory, but they might make some labels with patterns on them soon. But if you go to the Bernat website, www.bernat.com, and look for the Bargello yarn and click free patterns, you'll see some patterns there. They've got hats and scarf and some wrist warmers, I think, so there's some good choices already. I'm going to see how it feels when I purl a row. I haven't tried that yet. I'm sure it's going to be easy because this yarn is so easy to work with. Excellent. It just flows. It flies. And it just feels really soft. It's just almost buttery. It's not like silk or anything, but it surprises you how soft it is. I'll put it that way. Surprisingly soft. Because when you look at the yarn, you're expecting it to just feel like, you know, like a shoestring. But it doesn't feel like that. It feels nice. So I imagine this would make a really comfortable fabric. So there you go. That's knitted. Easy peasy. That would make a really quick garment. And look how fast it is to unravel. I love that. So now I'm going to try to crochet with it. Pardonnez-moi. I've been sick for the past couple days. Surprise, surprise, you know, I'm always getting sick. But, I'm just going to hang in there. Now, I don't have a size N hook, but I do have a size M. 13 millimeter, no, 9 millimeter. M13. So this is just one size off of the N, so I'm just going to use this. I don't know why I don't have an N hook. I thought I had everything. So let's see how it crochets. Wow, man, that's easy. Even with a hook too small, it still flies. This is an awesome yarn. I love how fast it goes. Wow. Pardon me. Okay, now I'm going to do some single crochets. See how they feel. Wow. I bet this would make such a fast garment if you were to crochet a garment with this. I would think that this would make a nice vest or a summer jacket or a because the way this fabric feels, it would make a nice little summer jacket or cowl. Not cowl. What's the word? What's that little short jacket called? I can't believe I don't remember the name of it right now. Everybody had them for a while. They were all over the place. The little tiny cropped jackets. It's almost like a bolero, but it has a different name. I can't think of it right now. But this would be perfect for making something like that. Especially because these summery, happy colors. I like these colors. This would look really good with blue jeans. I don't even know if I was supposed to work in that last one. I always get confused with that last stitch. Anyway, the turning chain. Turn it around. This thing, this is just flying. Wow, like I said, this would be great for a beginner to use for crochet, learning crochet, because it is just so easy to see the stitches and the hook just goes in there so smoothly. So if you're wanting to teach somebody to crochet, tell them to try it with Bernat Bargello yarn, because they'll be very satisfied with their work. It'll fly. and it's pretty and soft. They could make a scarf or wrist warmers, all kinds of stuff you could make with this yarn. I wonder what I would want to make for me, since I'm not a beginner. What would I want? I would like that jacket like I was talking about. Because sometimes when I'm wearing a short sleeve or a sleeveless top, I get a little bit chilly. So it's nice to have a little short jacket to wear to keep your shoulders warm, and it just makes you feel better. I went to visit my sister in California once, and the evenings there would get really chilly. It surprised me because the temperature is always so perfect in her part of California, just in the 70s all the time, but at night it got chilly. So having a little jacket made with this yarn would be perfect out there. What is that thing called that makes me mad that I can't remember what it's called? Anyway, there's the fabric. There's crochet fabric. I think I might have made a mistake on one of those stitches, but nope, it's not messed up. Not messed up. I just had it laying funny. See how pretty? Oh, I love how fast it is. So there you go. I want to see how it works with a bigger hook, because you know this thing calls for a size N hook. I just used a size M, but I want to try it with a P hook. See how that goes. Because I do have a P hook. It's funny that I have an M and a P but no N. I did that backwards. There, that's the way. I like the colors in this yarn. Pale blue, almost powder blue to start with, and then it gets through like a Malibu blue, or I can't remember what you call that color. And then it goes through teal and a really dark teal. Just a nice blue colors. I love it. So this P hook really is too big for the yarn. It's a bulky yarn, even though it says super bulky. I would say that it's leaning more toward bulky instead of super bulky. But it does work fast. And it feels heavenly. So I think that this P hook would make a lacy fabric, loose, kind of a netting. But I don't think I'd want to make a market bag with this yarn, because it's too nice of the yarn. Because to me a market bag should be made with a real sturdy yarn that's not very soft. So this is too soft to make a market bag with. This would be better for making maybe a clutch, a pretty clutch for evening out. Anyway, so much for my ideas. This last stitch here is going to be impossible with this really big hook here. So I think an N hook will be much better with this. So yeah, it has a lot of holes in it when you use a P hook. I think the fabric looked better with the M hook, and I'm sure it'll look even better with the right size hook, the N hook. So there you go. That's a little review of Bernat Bargello yarn. It unravels easily, works easily, perfect for beginners, and fun to work with for all levels. So there you go. Have fun with your Bernat yarns, and hope to see you soon. Bye.